Hello. I kind of like and enjoy these kind of videos. You see if you disagree, maybe not. I've always been, well, I don't think I can use the word prepper because I don't like that word because it's connotative of negative stuff, because National Geographic, which I don't respect National Geographic. I do some of their photographers, but you know, they're supposed to be about nature and wildlife. I don't respect them because they're you know, they've gotten involved in taking sides on stuff, including some of the stuff they did in the magazine. But anyway, they had a TV series making fun of, and it was called Preppers, and they showed people that were just like, you know, there's just a few too many wackadoodles. That's different than being, you know, logical and straightforward, and you know, being prepared for contingencies. That's, you know, a level-headed guy who has my head screwed on straight. However, probably many of you would not agree, considering I'm covered in tattoos. Like, that guy's crazy. He's covered himself in tattoos. But these are some things that I recommend. I used to work in various stores, and two of my friends are Navy SEALs, and I've taken the advice of quite a few people. By the way, everybody should have a go bag. I made a video I spent like 2 years creating easily the world's best go bag. I can actually say that. Full of absolutely everything you need for like a week's survival. Everybody should have a go bag. Since I'm on social media and there's certain things that you can't discuss, I would discuss certain things that, if you're an American anyway, you know, that are vital for protecting you and yours, and those of course would include things like thunder sticks and freedom seeds. I'll let you guess what those are. You can't discuss those on social media. Because I used to be a concealed carry instructor for the Department of Criminal Justice, and I actually have my own range on the outskirts of town. I actually bought it from a guy that owned a store, and he needed a new engine for his Harley Davidson. It cost me $2,000. I bought it early in my marriage with my wife. I was like, wow, this is great. So I can actually say I own a range. But I'd like to talk about some conventional things that I consider to be just awesome. Stuff that everybody should own. I have a small pile of stuff here. There we go. Let me put that over there. Make sure we got everything. Do we have everything? Yeah, we do. These are neat. You ever remember that movie Willy Wonka and that little imaginary, fictional, everlasting gobstopper? It just lasts forever and ever, right? Piece of candy. Like one kid would only ever need one. This is kind of like the closest thing to that. I have a bunch of these. This is a 1/2 inch. Actually, the bigger the rod, the better they work. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to go there. There's a little hole in them. They're called Ferrocerium rods, or Ferro rods. I actually put a piece of accessory cord through them. You can hang them on your neck. And this is the little sparking device. However, it hasn't been scratched yet. You need to sand some of that off. And I'm not going to demonstrate it here because I'm going to catch something on fire. But anyway, you actually strike it, and you know, big sparks come out. I mean, even if this thing is soaking wet, it will work soaking wet. It would just be water dribbling off of it, but you can actually stick this in water and take it out and light a fire with it. These really do, they technically would not last forever, but these will easily last. If you used it every day, you know, for the rest of your life, there's just not a chance you're going to, you know, get to the, you know, you're not going to wear it out. It's just go and go and go. So far as like lighting stuff that's slightly damp or slightly wet, or we all know the issue with matches. Matches get wet, they don't work. Most of them do. There are actual survival matches, like eco matches, that do work. Literally underwater they work. So I have those. They're pretty neat. They're also very expensive. But these are absolutely killer. Everybody should have one of these in their house, in their car. I got a fireplace here, and of course it's not a real fireplace, but they're so fascinating. It's absolutely amazing. They last forever, essentially. And man, they'll light just about anything. If it can be caught on fire, a ferrocerium rod, or just type in ferro rod. Get a 1/2 inch one. This is a 1/2 inch one by 5 inches, I believe. These average like about $9 or $10. The little starter here, you could use any piece of steel. I could actually use this knife here. I'm going to use the short blade. And actually, anyway, I don't want to catch my table on fire. So you don't actually have to have this tool. It's just a serrated tool. It comes coated, but what you do is you take some piece of sandpaper and you expose the steel so it would work better. You need to actually have steel. Anyway, there's 4 or 5 components: neodymium, magnesium. I forget the 4 or 5 components to make a ferrocerium rod. It escapes me. But these are fascinating. They're incredible. Everybody should have one of these. They're almost magical. They're so, so, so neat. Never going to break it. You're never going to wear it out. It always works. Anyway, it's incredible. And they're cheap. Giving these as gifts too, like I said, there's a little hole in it, and you make a little rope with some accessory cord. You can hang it around your neck. You know, you go out in the woods. Don't give this to a pyromaniac, though. Before I get into knives, I'm going to talk about a flashlight. I own an awful lot of flashlights, including a lot of Surefires, which are really, really, and I have a lot of Surefires, obnoxiously super expensive. They're used by Delta Force and Navy SEALs, and you know, they're the best that you can get. Anyway, this is runs off of 1, 2, 3 battery, or I have 4 of these, or 1 single AA battery. This is a Streamlight. This is the 1L-1AA. Okay, 1L hyphen. It has 3 modes. It has bright, it has strobe, and then it has low. It's a 100 watt output versus stroboscopic, and then the low setting, if I can get it there. Anyway, it's 100 watts or 5 watts. It fits in your pocket. I use it for everything. It also has a clip on it. It does come with a little nylon with a hook and loop sheath. I think these are $39 or are they $49? I mean, I bought 4 of them. It's odd that I can't remember the price. But anyway, it's a Streamlight, the ProTac 1L-1AA flashlight. Something I use nearly every day, and I don't have it here for some super strange reason, is a headlamp. Where did my headlamp go? I thought I brought in my headlamp. There we go. It was just hiding from me. I got 4 or 5 different headlamps. This is a Petzl. This is a Bendy. It has a rechargeable cell in it. Most of them actually use 3 AAA batteries, which is fine. There's a downside to that. Since this is rechargeable, there's a serious downside to that too. If you have a solar panel or a cabin in the woods like I do with solar, I mean, recharging it is easy enough via the USB port. I'm not really a fan of rechargeable devices, but this one is incredibly lightweight. I use it for absolutely everything. Mounts on your head. It actually has several different settings. You can angle it to look to do things, you know, cut stuff out of your hands like splinters and what. God, I use it. I literally just couldn't live without a headlamp. So everybody should actually have a headlamp. Once again, this is a Petzl Bendy. Black Diamond makes them. I have several Black Diamonds. Run off of 3 AAA batteries. Most of them run off 3 AAA batteries. A couple of them run off of 2 AA batteries. I don't have it here. It's in my go bag. It's a CS Plus Swiss Army. Gerber used to make good stuff. Their knives are great, but their multi-tools are no good. Leatherman used to make good multi-tools, no good anymore. Disagree with me? Fine. The newer ones are no darn good. The highest rated one, and the best one, and I don't have it here, it's actually in my back room, buried deeply in a tightly packed go bag, is a CS Plus Swiss Army. It's a multi-tool, CS Plus Swiss Army. Now, this is the Swiss Champ. I've got like 3 of these. I've beaten the heck out of this one. Got one in my cabin and one down in Florida. I use really my Swiss Army tool almost every day. It has everything on there: little scissors, screwdrivers, knives. I don't need big. I got tons and tons of tools, but I don't need heavy tools for most things that I do. Cordage. Now people think that this is paracord, but it's not. This specifically is called accessory cord. Paracord is very limp. There's a joke. Yeah, no, there's a joke in there. It doesn't have a lot of strands in it. You can actually squeeze it and feel that it's partially hollow. Accessory cord is quite stiff. It's packed with a lot of strands. Paracord is garbage compared to accessory cord. Accessory cord beats the heck out of paracord. Paracord, fine, great. It's like, I love paracord. I use it for, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's nothing compared to this. Everybody should have, I got a lot of rolls of accessory cord, excuse me. This is 4 millimeter. There's a lot thinner stuff like this is wrapped around this is 2 millimeter accessory cord. I use 2 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 6, and 8. Those are really the major sizes of accessory cord. You can get it cheap on eBay. Look for reliable people. I've got a couple people I buy it from on eBay. So it's accessory cord. We can call it cordage in general, but specifically this stuff is called accessory cord. Let's talk about a few knives and talk about water filtration. Let me get that off of there. I love these things. By the way, everybody should have 2 or 3 of these, one in their car for certain. They're so useful for a lot of different stuff. For signaling, for keeping warm, for wrapping food. And they're really great for a lot of stuff. These are emergency space blankets. Yeah, you can get them for like $4 a piece on eBay. One side on this one's silver, the other side is gold. These are great. I gotta use those things for a lot of stuff. I know people will wanna, when you talk about knives, like talking about wine or something, everybody thinks they know best. It's like, well, how many knives have you actually owned? It's like, well, a lot. Now you could buy some super awesome knives that cost a fortune that's made by some master bladesmith. Yeah? Oh man, this is awesome. Cost me $1,000. It's like, yeah, it's nice. Made by a famous bladesmith, so-and-so. It's nice. Yeah, you can sit there and look at it. Too afraid to use it because it costs too much. Yeah? Knives are meant to be used. So the real question is, something that you're going to use, that's essentially less than $200, right? Let's say between $80 and $130, right? Get a good piece. What are the best things out there? Something you're going to use, something you don't mind using and resharpening, right? I have the answers here. These you can buy all day long on eBay. I buy these used and resharpen them. I don't care if it's scratched and nicked and rusted or whatever. There's Delicas. My favorite is the Police. They actually make stainless steel slab polices. This is called the Police. They make it in full serrated, partial serrated, regular straight. This is the Police model, Spyderco. The best thing since sliced bread. Here's the Police Spyderco. These average about $78. These are made in Sakai City, Japan. They're made out of VG10 steel. VG10 steel was actually developed as a horticultural steel. It's not like high carbon steel that will hold an edge, but it's tough to sharpen. This stuff is easy to sharpen, holds an edge decent, but no, it's nowhere near as tough as high carbon steel. Some of the stuff you get from Cold Steel, back when Cold Steel used to make really good stuff. So there's a Spyderco. The next size down from this is an Endura or a Delica, and those are average about $60 now, I believe. I look for these used all the time, give them as gifts. What I'll do is I'll fix them up, like it'll have spots and stuff on it. I can recontour blades really easy and resharpen them. I've resharpened thousands of blades. I don't care. It's like, well, it's got a nick out of it. It's dull. I don't care. Every knife is dull at the factory until it's actually sharpened. It's nice, dull. It's used. They'll sell it for $30. Well, it's dull. It's like, well, what's the matter with you? You don't know how to resharpen a knife? A lot of people actually don't, apparently. So I find that funny. But you can get great deals on used knives, but they'll be ugly. Your common goofball doesn't want to buy. That's dull. So what? Spend 30 minutes sharpening it, fixing it up. You get it for a deal. Here's my 2 favorite things, and I have several of these. Let's first go, and I didn't bring the sheath with me because it's on my go bag. This is called the by the way, never ever buy these on eBay. Ever. You buy Spydercos all day long on eBay. None of them are counterfeit. I've never heard or seen of a counterfeit Spyderco. These, however, China counterfeits the living heck out of these. I mean, you buy one of these on eBay, you got like a 95% chance. It's literally that high that they're counterfeit. Yeah, counterfeit. Don't ever, ever buy these on eBay. Ever, ever. Anyway, this is a crushed pommel, or they call this actually, it's used for different things, for like breaking glass. Anyway, this is called a Gerber Strong Arm. Oh my God, this is my favorite. Really, really good. It actually is made in the USA. It's made in Portland, Oregon. These average like 74 bucks. Go to like a Cabela's or who else carries them? There's a local chain here, but I'm not going to mention them because you don't have them where you're at. Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop. There's different places with it, but never buy one on eBay. You know, get it from a genuine retailer. You could mail order it from. Oh my God, what a great piece. I got a couple of these in my cabin. I got one of these in my go bag. One of these I keep in my car. I use all the time. Wow, what a great piece. 77 bucks. Awesome. Feels great. It's the balance. Oh my God, what a great piece. This is my favorite of the two. However, it's a lot bigger. I know, you got your favorite and whatever. There's thousands of different knives out there. I got a knife by so-and-so. You know, it's worth $1,000. I never use it because it's worth too much. You just sit there and look at it. So it's good. Useless. Useless, right? This is called the Gerber Lmf. Oh man, this is the Lmf 2, excuse me. It actually comes with a sharpener built into the sheath here. There's some other accoutrements like leg strap and other stuff, but I don't have it. You know, various plastic attachment wear for this piece. Man, there are probably 1,000 YouTube videos, I joke you not, with people torturing, you know, abusing this thing. Man, this is a real tough sucker. I mean, it is made in the USA. It's made in Portland, Oregon. The serrations are down here, and in the straight edge is, oh wow. Also, too, there are holes here and down here for you could actually tie it off with accessory cord. Once again, tie it off with accessory cord so you can make spears out of it or spear fish. You know, unless you want, and I think these are like 100, and I have like 4 or 5 of these. Unless you want to spend a fortune, there is no better do-it-all / survival / do everything, turn it into a spear. Wow, this is it. The Gerber Lmf 2. Awesome. There's not a single person out there. I mean, I've talked to people that have thousands and thousands and thousands of knives. Literally, because I used to work places where we sold knives and sold other things. And talking to these people, I said, yeah, it's my favorite thing. And after consulting gurus, like, unless you want to spend a fortune, what's the best thing out there? And it's this. It's the Gerber Lmf. And these people say, you're right. It's the Gerber Lmf. I mean, that's it. You know, without spending a fortune on some, you know, 1 of 100 or some real expensive piece, you know, like you see in a movie. You know, they made 100 of them. Some master bladesmith makes it. You know, you stare at it, but you don't want to use it. You know, for 120, 130 bucks. Once again, never buy these on eBay. All the ones on eBay are counterfeit. Really, all of them on eBay are counterfeit. So that's it. It's the Gerber Lmf 2. Let's talk about a couple water filters. I don't have the straw filtration devices. By the way, the ones that you actually suck, that you don't ever want to buy those. You know, they're really cool in principle, but you know, that's just like an absolute super last ditch survival water filtration. There's only 2. And obviously it's not large quantity filtration like the Cordage, which used to be Pure, but Cordage bought it out. The Hiker, the replacement filters for it are 50 bucks. I have several replacement filters. I have several of these filters. I'm going to show you in a second here. Here we go. It's called the Pure, not Pure anymore, it's the Cordage now. It's the exact same filter. Cordage owns it instead of Pure. Good for 300 to 500 gallons, and the replacement filters are 50 bucks. This filter new is like 64 bucks, and it's the Cordage Hiker Pro. Simplicity is divinity. This is really, really simple. This is the best simple water filter to get. Yep. They've actually improved the design so it doesn't clog as easy. It didn't have an issue with clogging before, but the way they actually stuck a pre-screen over top of the filter, and the replacement filters come with pre-screens. Makes it extremely reliable for filtering out really mucky water. So 68 bucks, you get yourself up to 500 gallons. Obviously, if you're trying to filter really, really mucky stuff, you're only going to get 300 gallons. If you're filtering, you know, mostly clear spring or stream water, you know, you're going to get 500 plus gallons. It's like, what's the variable there? And that's the variable. How you take care of it and how bad the stuff is that you're trying to filter. This next one is $368 new. It's really expensive. All the wheat, by the way, that's made in Switzerland now. They didn't used to be. The original one, the Hiker Pro, were not owned by Pure. Now Cordage owns it. This one also, too, is made in Switzerland, or the Schweiz. These are really expensive new, 360 bucks. These are used by Delta Force and Navy SEALs. Really, really simple, awesome design. It's a porous ceramic filter inside. The filter, when you take it out, you need to know how to handle it. Watch some videos on how to handle it. This is the Cordage pocket filter right here. This is it. As far as portable, personal, and of course, you know, you filter quite many hundreds of gallons of water with this thing, but still it's considered a personal filter. Like I said, chosen for Special Forces and Navy SEALs and Delta Force, this is it. This is the Cordage pocket filter. Everybody, in my opinion, should have one of these. A replacement ceramic filter, which is the type of filtration that's actually in this inside, is like $269. You can find them on eBay for like I think 200 bucks. I got it kind of tight there. You're not supposed to tighten it up too much, but it was just slightly tight. Oh, let me take that out there. There's that, and there's a plastic sleeve there. And here's the ceramic filter. What people will do, stupidly, is that they'll use this, and then they'll leave it all put together. And what happens, excuse me, is that mold and stuff will start to grow in there. And it comes with actually this little scrubby filter, which is a little Scotch-Brite pad. And you actually scrape, you know, the crud off of it. But you don't want, then you have to flush some bleached water through it, you know, to get all that. So when you use it, you come home, you take it out. It'll take like a week and a half to dry. So you got to take it apart. And is that a downside? No, it just means you need to know how to take care of something. So anyway, I'll put this back together in a minute. All it is a plastic sleeve. These two precision Swiss-made pieces. There's a central rod and plunger here that I'll actually take out and show you. You put some grease on there with one single O-ring. And here's the filter. This is the heart of the beast right there. It's a porous filter. Really, really, really good. This is as good as it gets for a personal filter. For taste, nothing beats that Hiker. Nothing beats it. Like if you're filtering the same mucky pond water, this is not carbon based, this is porous ceramic. So you're gonna taste that mucky, you know, it'll be safe to drink, but you won't like the taste of it through this sucker. But this is simplicity being divinity. This is nothing other than a stainless rod with an O-ring and this rather expensive ceramic filter, which is $260 new. Anyway, the whole thing new is 369 bucks. So you're basically paying 100 bucks for everything, and then this $269 filter. So, and it's fragile too, by the way. Not like it's going to break fragile, but you would not want to drop it on the floor. So anyway, this is my coolest things I think everybody should have. I hope you like this video. I found it fun to do. Don't forget a Gerber Element. This is the most useful knife ever. You know, for poop hitting the fan, turn it into a spear. Do you see this pommel point here? I'm not going to tell you what they call that point. Someone can tell you. I'm not going to say it in the video because stuff is always listening. This is it. Made in the USA, made in Oregon. Like I said, there's 1,000 videos on YouTube of people torturing this thing. It is really, really, really well made. It's an excellent piece. You cannot do better than that for 120 bucks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.